LeBron James. He's Illuminati. He's got to sacrifice something, and he's got to do it soon. He's gonna sacrifice. The world may not know. It might be his son, wife, mama, who knows. But let's just keep it honest. Let's keep it a buck, okay? Why is it that the day after LeBron passed Kobe on scoring, Kobe dies? Why is it that LeBron is about to go play in Philly for 2 years before he retired? Why is it that his last year playing for the Lakers, he was 41? Kobe died when he was 41. Why is it that it took him 24 days before he made his decision on moving to Philly? Oh, and he's not even going to be living in Philly. He's going to be living in New York. But get this, he's going to be taking a helicopter from New York to Philly. Ain't that crazy work? Didn't Kobe die in a helicopter going to LA? Okay, okay. But that's just a little bit of something. See, let's also mention the fact that Bronny James, the reason why I mentioned him is because didn't he just have cardiac arrest? The boy only 19. I don't even. I'm not gonna. He a good player, but I don't think he's ready for the NBA yet. Truthful, honestly with you, I don't think he's ready for the NBA yet. I think that Bronny James is supposed to be just enjoying life right now, not supposed to be sitting over here. But at the same time, I mean, hey, look, like father, like son. I understand you want to be just like your dad. Most kids who have their parents in their life and have a father figure in their life tend to want to be like them. I mean, I didn't necessarily have all of that. A little bit about my background is simple. I got kidnapped at 6 months old. I was kidnapped for 11 years. The first 11 years, it messed me up. I ended up going into residential at 11 years old, and that was by accident. I ain't gonna say by accident. Everything happens for a reason, but I ended up going into residential at 11 years old, and I didn't even know that I had a family until I was 14. Found out that I had a mom and dad. Years old, they had told me that I was a missing kid, and oh, hi Sam, and hi to Bobby. Hello to both of y'all. I hit that like button, but anyways, um, but before I get to you, what I'm gonna say, I gotta let Boss Man pass through real quick. Hey Kiki again. What's up, Boss
All
Man?
right, Pete.
Just
Oh,
cooler, cooler. Yep, yep. Mm.
nice time in the morning.
Oh yeah. That's honestly the best time because it's been hot all day. It's
Yeah.
finally done cooled down a little bit.
I'm gonna have to start taking advantage of it and get out on the water and do something.
Yeah, do a little night fishing. Well, I'm gonna be honest. If you're doing night fishing, man, you gotta bring an AR or something with you. You know them gators out here.
Look,
Hmm.
I got enough for an iron,
God bless you as well.
some machetes and something.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get a chance to get you out there. Out there.
Mhm. Yep, I'm knowing. All right. Uh, but left. Sent $2. Hey. Thank you for the. Hey,
Hey,
what's good, my homie? Hmm?
crazy. I bet you ain't got a spare lighter.
Spare lighter? I think I do. Give me a sec. Mm, pretty sure I got a spare lighter. Are
That'd
you?
be greatly appreciated.
Oh yeah. I can't take this smoke in the house real quick though. Let me just do this real quick. So I'm gonna. Let me see. Yeah,
I
what?
ain't made my own Dollar Tree run. I used to get one of the packs at the Dollar Tree. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I got it. A little bit of catching up. You know.
That's understandable.
Yeah,
Am I
man.
going?
I can't wait to
Uh,
get out there. I don't know if you know what a gig is. It's a little mermaid. You know what her daddy has at that port. I
yep.
got one there with put a nine on the road.
Man, see, I
I'm
want.
talking about.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to go fishing.
Look, man, just keep that thought. 'Cause like I said, many hands make light work.
Oh
If it
yes.
ain't working, you having fun.
Exactly.
Appreciate it, man.
Most definitely. You have a good night. All right, y'all. Sorry to the chat. Hi, Sam again. Do I go fishing? Oh, I definitely go fishing. Most definitely. I haven't went fishing in a little bit, but that's because I just haven't had my stuff to go fishing. But does that say sent $120? What? I know I can't be seeing that, right? Um, I can't be seeing that, right? Uh, but what's your fish you caught? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I haven't caught really some big fish. I wish I could say I caught some big fish, but I haven't caught like some big fish yet. I caught a catfish, but the catfish that I had caught wasn't really too big, so I took it, chopped it up, and used it for some bait, so that way I could be able to catch some more fish. Cause hey, but or not, them fish they be liking that. But I think the biggest fish I had caught, and truthful honesty, sorry, I had to put my phone on charger. Uh, but it was about this big. I anything huge yet, but I have caught a little bit of something. I've been fishing for a couple years. Hey, well, in truthful honesty, I'm very sorry for that. I'm sorry for your loss. Um, yeah, like I was originally telling y'all actually before. I'm sorry, I was talking to my neighbor. Um, a lot of people talk to me. I'm not really a hard person to get along with. I don't try to intimidate people. I don't want nobody to ever look at me and just be like, "Oh man, I'm scared of him." Nah, never that. I'd rather see everybody win. That honestly, I'd rather see. 19 now. Well, all right. To tell you what was going on with me, um, like I said, I met not even my whole family. I was still in residential at the time. Y'all are welcome to look this up. Actually, the place I was in residential was called Butterfield Youth Services. It's in uh, Marshall, Missouri. I lived in a place called Boys ICR. I lived in a place called East Ranch before going into foster care. Now, during that time period, my life, I will say, was very up and downish. I did make a lot of friends. Unfortunately, some of them friends are no longer with us due to life, due to situations. You live in Missouri? Hey, shout out MO. The show me state. The last place I lived before leaving Missouri was St. Louis, Missouri, and St. Louis is my home. Uh, truthful honesty though, when I was 14, that was a very confusing time of my life because I started hanging out with people that got me involved with stuff I should have never got involved with. Gang activity, street activity, just stuff I shouldn't have been doing. But that's what I mean when I say now that gangster way of living, it really ain't what's up. I was living like that because I didn't have a choice. To me, like yes, I had met my family. I wasn't around them though. When I met my family, I was in residential. My therapist and caseworker had actually paid for them to be able to come and to be able to see me. Uh, didn't like us. Wait, hold on a second. Give me to be honest, my parents is all the time. Well, in truthful honesty, in foster care, I'm gonna be honest. Uh, the reason stuff ended up the way it ended up for me was I don't know how to put this without it sounding crazy, but at 16 I made the wrong decision because originally, right before I turned 16, I was going to be adopted by the foster home I was living in, which was a very good foster home. Before that, I was in and out of foster homes, getting in trouble, sneaking out the house, hitting licks, doing all types of dumb stuff. But the foster home that did help me a lot was the Poindexters, and I got to go to church. I got to make friends. I got to learn how to read and write. Hey, it's okay that um, a lot of stuff that had happened to me. It unfortunately it was life. I just had to roll with the punches, and I had to learn from it. One of the people who taught me how to read and write, because at 11 years old I didn't know how to read, write. I didn't even know how to eat properly. I was eating like a dog pretty much. And everybody, like whenever I first was eating my first meal of actual food, everybody was kind of like looking at me like, man, what is you doing? Because I'm sitting up here eating with my face. I'm not knowing to use a fork, spoon, and all that. I didn't know about all that. But at 16, I had went to court and they had asked me like, did I feel that I could be on my own, that I would be able to handle life. My not thinking at the moment, I sat there and said, "Yeah, yeah, I got this. I can handle this." Yeah, I didn't know that they were gonna do what they did, but the moment I walked out that courtroom, I didn't have a ride back to the foster home I was living in. I didn't have anything. They took all my clothes and stuff, put it in bags, and it was on the side of the road. And from then on out, I was on my own. But my best friend, who had helped me learn how to read, write, rap, skateboard, he helped me learn how to dress, man. Like, they helped me with a lot of stuff. Uh, they had passed away when I was 17. Um, and after that, my life just got more darker because the person who I was with and I was so in love with, I mean, head over heels, I was in love with, was pregnant with my child, and I lost them as well. They had also passed away, and that hurt. That hurt a lot. It traumatized me and messed me up, and I at that point didn't want anything to do with people, and I didn't really care how much I crashed out. I crashed out a lot. I went to jail a lot. Like, I mean, a lot. But I wasn't going to jail because, oh, this is gangster. No, I was just going to jail because my dumb behind was getting caught. I was getting caught left, right, and center. And I wouldn't even get caught because of me. Like, one time, me and two of my friends, we went and hit a lick. We went and took some bikes, right? And I can talk about this. It was the past anyway, and I already done my time for it. But um, we had went and hit a lick, and we had got some bikes, and we were going over here to hit another lick. But one of my friends, now if you're hitting a lick, okay, and there are a whole bunch of BMX bikes, why would you go and take, and I really mean this, why would you go and take a mountain bike that barely worked? It it just didn't add up. He was the flunky on the mission. But during that time of him being the flunky on the mission, he got beat up by three girls. And I'm sitting here looking like, oh no, no. So me and the other person who I was with had to go pick him up, which then resulted in uh, all of us almost getting caught. Of course, we didn't get caught. We took off running. But by the time we made it to the house, I mean, My homie had a golf ball on his head, and on top of that, he was limping and everything. We sitting over there just like, man, you got beat by some females, bro. That nah, man, you can't go hit licks with us no more. But uh, that should have been a little bit of a wake up call, but it wasn't a wake up call. I still kept doing dumb stuff repeatedly and repeatedly. But by the time I was 18, I didn't learn anything. I wasn't doing anything better. Hold on a second. My girlfriend and some be wife was pregnant and lost. Some people think it's what? It's okay. It's definitely okay. I don't know why people would think that it's not okay. It is definitely okay. I am sorry for your loss again. Like I am. I know how that is, and I know that that hurts. Uh, but okay. By 18 though, um, I was still in high school. I did have a time period where I had dropped out of school for a little bit and just started blocking, you know, being a drug dealer, doing all types of dumb stuff. I had gotten to that time in my life where I really didn't care because wasn't nobody touching me the way I saw it. Because if I went to jail, I'm going to bail myself out. And if I can't bail myself out, I'm going to just have to sit here and wait and get my time done. But um, by 19, really, I was still 18 at the time. I had went back to high school and didn't know I was as smart as I was, I guess, because I was literally in class, just sitting in class, and the principal had called me, and well, I mean, hey, look, I'm not judgmental. I don't feel that it's look, it's however, love is love, in my opinion. There is no, I don't feel like that should be something that should be for anybody to judge, because let him without sin cast the first stone. You know what I'm saying? Um, but all right, at 19 though, at 19 I graduated. That was 2018. I had the craziest news because the principal had came to the classroom and he's just like, "Oh, Mr. Hawkins," and I'm just like, "Oh man, what did I do?" I'm thinking like they done found the gas that the ganja I got in my locker or something like that. But man, they took me outside and my teacher, my principal, and counselor together have put some money together and got me a car and an apartment. Like I was homeless prior to this. So whenever they presented me with that, I mean, I pretty much cried, man. Like, cause there was no other way to put it. I was crying, but I was so happy. They also had told me that I had enough credits to be able to graduate. I took my math test and all of that. I still took everything. I ended up having a 2.9 GPA. I know it's not the smartest person in the room, but hey, I was happy just to graduate school. Uh, After I graduated, uh, I finally came and met my family. I finally went and I met my mom, met my dad. I got to meet my grandma. She actually recently passed away this past year. May Grandma Rose rest in peace. I got it tatted on my hand. I don't know if you can really see the tattoo for real. I got a rose tattooed on my hand. But yeah, I got to see what happiness is like. Also, I got to get judged by other people. I am 10 and my grandpa there I was 5. I never seen him. That's the nice thing. Yeah, in all honesty, look, that school, I'm, I met my best friend at that school. And when I say best friend, I mean the love of my life. I met her at that school, and I also met my best friend at that school, like my actual best friend. Um, Losing them both kind of, I feel like, played a toll on me going down the path that I went down because at 21, it was like I had started going very much down the wrong side of things. I mean, I went from a person who was just having petty petty stuff, and both of y'all, by the way, I'm sorry that y'all lost y'all grandparents, y'all grandpa. That I know how it feels. I only got to have a bond with my grandma, though I didn't get the chance to have the bond with my grandpa. So, but I do know how it feels, and I am sorry for that. Um, okay, but by 21, I'm not gonna lie to you. Times got a little crazy. It was fun though. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't go back and change anything about my life, no matter how much tragedy, how much chaos, how much of anything. I would never go back and change anything about my life. I am honestly happy. I'm happy with my life, and this is current coming from current me. I mean, currently, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm 28. My birthday just passed about a month ago, June 18th. Um, I was broke. I'm still broke. I just got a job a few days ago. I actually um, am supposed to start working on Tuesday, so I'm happy about that. I have been so broke that I haven't been able to buy myself a pack of cigarettes. Uh, I get blessed from time to time to be able to have cigarettes, but I haven't been able to buy my own cigarettes or buy my own food or any of that. The house I'm in, I'm not even in my own house, but nice, nice. That's a blessing. Uh, you just like your grandpa, huh? That's what's up. But all right. By 22, between 21 and 22, during that time period, I'm not gonna lie to you, I had started wilding a little bit. I mean, I was going to parties, I was hanging out, like I said, with people who got me involved with the streets in the first place. That was the whole reason I got into shootouts, the whole reason why things were happening. But what did end up coming out of that was the bonds that I ended up having, and I'm still friends with the people I was friends with in residential. We still call, we keep in contact with each other. So at 22, I'm not gonna lie to you, uh, it was a crazy time period. I had met my family and decided, you know what, I'm going back to Missouri, right? And a baby on the way, and it's a girl. Wow, 8 months? Ooh, you about to pop soon. Uh, congrats. But anyway, I had decided to come back to Missouri with the person who I was seeing at the time. Who I'll just tell you something that's gonna get a little bit dark, but hey, it's life. It happens. But whenever I went back to Missouri at that time, it was just us. It was us against the world. I didn't have family living in Missouri, but the family that I did have in Missouri, they had, well, not family, but they're my family, if that makes sense. But they had helped me to be able to make a little bit of an empire and make a statement. And my statement was, I'm a rebel. I do not really like the laws put into place or respect the laws that have been placed in motion. So it's more like I'm not just being a rebel just to be seen and be all that, but more so to be heard, because I don't. I'm a person who I'm a Gemini. I don't like being told what to do myself. But there are plenty of people, and he's still working, but I'm making money for the. Hey, look, you're working though. You're working. That's what matters. You're making something work. I know people that I'm not even gonna get into it, but okay. At 22, I had my own well, not an apartment. We were living in a trailer. And if you go back and you look my name up and everything, look up Young Sean, you might see old videos of me back whenever I had snake bites and super long dreads. And oh, you're also a Gemini. Hey, Gemini gang. But you're gonna see old videos. You might see some of me rapping, which I couldn't rap really for crap at that time. I really still can't rap for real, but I be rapping from time to time. Um, but I will say that during the time period that I have been at 22, I had been kind of back and forth. I was still in cars. I was not doing the right thing. But at the same time, I didn't need to work a job because I was still in cars and doing stuff like that. Um, and the person who I was with wasn't really trying to, hey, you shouldn't do this. No, it was more so like, hey, you should might as well go steal a car this week because we need to pay this rent. And I'm sitting over here like, oh, well, bet. And yeah, no, that was not the right thing to do. But but I did do that quite often, and unfortunately, I had followers because it's not so much that I want to be a leader. I'm not the type of person. I don't lead or follow. I just walk on my own path. But some people will look at it like, oh, well, those people followed you, so you was leading them. And yeah, we all were making dumb decisions. We all were sitting over here doing dumb stuff like trying to jack cars or looking to see where we could find money. I mean, one time I sat there and I went in a car and it had a gun, it had some ganja. Well, it had a big Ziploc bag of ganja. And I was sitting here like, man, this gonna go home with me. I went home and I turned up. I threw a party. I went and bought so much alcohol. I mean, there were so many people at the party that even my ex ended up showing up to the party. And so the moment my ex walked in, she must didn't know it was my house because she walked in. She looked at me. I looked at her. I'm just like, why are you here? I didn't even say it because we already know. Like, why are you here? For what reason? What like? But apparently, I was throwing pretty big parties, and a lot of people were coming to them. It was always a good vibe, though. I can truthfully say that I never had a single. There was no fights at any of the parties I hosted. It was always good vibes, good energy. We used to sit up here. When I say parties, I mean loud music. It's like, and we lived in a trailer park, so keep that in mind. But it was so many people that you got people outside in the yard, people in the house, loud music. We got food cooking. We got 2K. We got dominoes. We got spades. People drinking. Everybody smoking. It was just all good vibes, though. We never had a single fight at all at any party that I hosted. So I'm happy and proud that I can actually say that. But okay, between 23 and 24, I had gotten arrested. I was in jail, and during the time period of being in jail, the woman that I was with at the time um, was she known me with one of my neighbors who was somebody who I considered a friend. Like I knew him, his wife, their kid. Like I went to their house and ate, and they had honestly been to our house and ate dinner with us. So I didn't find any of this out until after I had did my little year in jail and I came home to seeing this dude wearing my clothes playing my game system and hey, look. I understand. I have gotten noise complaints about my parties. Never had a fight. Matter of fact, I had one incident where, and I'm gonna say this before I go into that, but I had an incident where we had thrown a party and we had over 60 people at the party, and I didn't expect it to get this big. Like I said, it was a trailer. It was not supposed to get that big, but we ended up having a party that was so huge that the cops came out and they told us that we needed to quiet it down. And yeah, we didn't quiet down. We didn't quiet down at all. We actually turned up even way worse, and we all ended up going to jail for 24 hours because we were intoxicated. But it happens. It happens. But back to this part. So the person's name, their name is Anthony Pankey. So y'all are welcome to look him up on Facebook and get on his nerves if y'all want to. But he was the one living in my house wearing my clothes under my woman. well, not my woman, clearly, but she's an ex. So what's an ex to me? An example. So an example of what I'm never doing again. Um, so whenever that happened, I'm not gonna lie. I had literally, like, I'm not gonna lie. I kicked my door open. I lunged at him. We ended up fighting, and she's sitting over there calling me baby, and not him. So then there was all that confusion, and within that little 10 minute period time, I got so hot headed that I left, and I went and stole a Pontiac GT, and I drove the Pontiac GT back to the trailer that was my trailer, by the way, mind you. That was a trailer that was in my name. I paid the bills and took care of it. But anyways, what ends up happening is I go into the house and I grab a couple backpacks. I grab my AR, a couple of my pistols, and I threw it in the car. I got my dog and I left. I didn't even know that I was going back to Shreveport to meet family. I figured that, you know what, I gotta leave. I gotta get away from here because if I don't, I'm gonna seriously hurt somebody. And so, me making the better decision was just to leave. I left. Somehow, I didn't get pulled over in a stolen vehicle going through two different states. Mind you, went through two different states. Didn't get pulled over once. Even drove the vehicle down to Shreveport. That's what's crazier. Drove it, a daily driver, like it was my car. But well, it pretty much was now that I had it. But that's besides the point. I ended up getting rid of that car. Um, Life had gotten a little chaotic because everybody was just like, "Man, I thought you were doing so good." I just got a text from my boss, and it what? But they had asked me like, "Wow, what had happened and stuff," and I told them like, "Oh man, nah, it ain't that. I just, I wanted to come home." Reality was, my life went to crap because the woman who I was with was cheating on me with my neighbor, who is married, and his wife literally lives a few houses down. Like, I honestly wanted to be the bad guy and just go sleep with his wife or go, "Hey, do you know your husband is down here?" Yeah, I didn't do none of that. I just left because I knew that I was not in the right state of mind to even try to think. So I get 5 months of maternity. Oh, oh, now that is awesome. That is definitely awesome. That is awesome. Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Don't you get paid whenever you're on maternity leave? I don't know. I didn't get to make it to that stage in life, so I truthfully don't know. Um, but so between, let's say, 25 and 26, I've told you about 23, 24, 25 to 26. I'm not gonna lie to you. I met somebody. We had moved to Texas, and then I will from home for 3 years. Oh, nice. I wish I could work from home. That would be so nice. Um, but anyways, so back to what I was saying. Between 25 and 26, I met somebody uh, in Texas. We got married. Life was going great. If you look at some of my old live streams, you'll hear us talking and stuff. We used to play the game together and everything. Um, I did ended up getting arrested and going to jail again during that time period. But believe it or not, it was crazy. Um, Pretty much, had went home to visit some family, and I was in a hotel because whenever you're just going to visit, there's no point in me trying to go get an apartment down here. I'm just here for a little bit to visit, so I'm in the hotel. It happened to be our anniversary, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go get us some wine and stuff. Well, in the process of me going to get wine, while I'm still at the hotel, a person says, "Hey, can you give me a ride over here? Woot de woot, I got some gas money." And I'm sitting up here like, I didn't say it, but I'm thinking this like, oh well, I was already going there anyways. So you know what? I might as well make the gas money to go where I was already going. Yeah, little did I know that was a person who had a murder charge and was on the run. And we end up going over here to the store. And when we pull up to the store, a cop pulls up behind me, and he didn't pull up and question me and any of that. No, he pulls up behind me and yanks me out the car. And luckily, he didn't see that I had a gun in the car because it probably would have been worse. But he yanks me out the car, and I have my phone on me. He didn't put handcuffs on me. He literally yanked me out the car and threw me in the back of his police car. So I called my then wife and I had told her, hey, this is what's going on. But I also told her, do not tell my mama. Problem is my baby brother heard that, and my baby brother ran. He ran to the store because the store wasn't too far from the house. And when he got there, he asked them, "Why y'all arresting my brother?" And they ended up assaulting him. So I had recorded it on my phone and recorded what was going on and everything because they tried to say that my little brother was trying to take their gun when he wasn't. They literally slammed my little brother on the ground, put a knee in his back, and the officer looked like he was like 300 pounds, being honest with you. But he slammed my brother on the ground, put handcuffs on him, put his knee in my brother's back, picked him up, slammed him into the hood of the police cruiser. I recorded all of it. When the police saw that I was recording it, they came and tried to yank me out of the police car. Let me be the first to tell you, I don't like police. Okay? I do respect the ones that do their job, but I don't like police. So, what I'm about to tell you, I very much mean. I did my absolute best to stay in the police car. Now, I don't know how many people will say that, but they were literally trying to yank me out of the police car. I'm using my legs to like not let them get me. My head ended up hit the well, I hit the bottom of the door and then I hit the concrete. um I had called my dad, so my dad was already on the way. um and my as well. But when my dad got there, they had pulled a gun on my dad, and told him was just like, "Oh, I don't give a f who you are. I don't care who you with." Da 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 da. Because my dad been a bail bond agent, and he's also been in law enforcement and stuff. Now me, I ain't really, like I said, I don't really mess with law enforcement. Me and my dad don't really got too good of a bond, but we do have some type of bond. Not a good one, but we got some type of bond. Anyways, so what ends up happening is, while they have a gun pointed at my dad, uh, instead of them placing me in handcuffs, um, they, I never knew my uncle. I still don't know his name, but one day I'm going to meet him. Hey, hey, that's true. Cause one day we're all gonna be called up. We're all gonna be united. One day I'm gonna be able to see my grandma again and be able to see her smiling face. One day you're gonna be able to see your uncle. That's truth. Um, but back to what I was saying. So, um, they had shot me in the back with three different tasers. I still have the taser wounds. Like I literally do. I can't even really get it to it because literally it's on my back. But they had shot me with three tasers, and I had a seizure, and I had bit my tongue, and it had messed me up. Like literally, it messed me up. So um, one of my exes threw me, trying to keep me spreading it to this kid, and then I'm sorry to hear that. I truthfully am. I am very sorry to hear that. He deserves to be in jail. so that way he can meet people like me whenever I was in jail. But I don't wish jail on anybody. I don't wish that on anybody. But anyways, um but when that happened, did they take me to the hospital? And while that happened, my hand got broke. That's why my hand looks like this. Like, yeah, it looks, yeah. But the police had broke my hand, so instead of them taking me to the hospital or anything, they took me straight to jail. And I didn't go to city; they took me to county, and I sat there for a nice little minute. But by the time, and they arrested my baby brother, they took somebody who wasn't even 18 years old yet to county. So we're both sitting up here, and down here, our county jail is like a prison. It's level 5 anyway. It's 23.5 hour lockdown. So you get 30 minutes a day that you're out of yourself. 15 minutes in the daytime, 15 minutes at nighttime. Sometimes it's a 23-hour lockdown, so you get an hour a day. So that might be 1 hour, or it might be split into 30 minutes, or you might get 4 15 minutes outings, but that's it. It sucks. CCC sucks. But yeah, while I was in jail, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I got to meet some very different, interesting people. I mean, I met one person who was the same age as me, and he was there on armed burglary, right? And he was trying to listen to this jailhouse lawyer, and you know how them jailhouse lawyers is. But he was listening to the jailhouse lawyer, and he went ahead and pleaded guilty. They gave him 18 years, 85% with hard labor. I was shocked. I'm just like, man, this is a person at the same age as me that ain't gonna see the light of the day again, at least for 10 years on good behavior, at least. Like, and he was going to prison. So, but honestly, it's messed up to say, but prison's better than CCC. CCC is hell. But when I did get out of jail, I did go back to Texas for a little bit. I was out there in San Antonio, living life, loving life, and I was homesick though. I was depressed. I was in a very unstable mindset, and believe it or not, I almost took myself out. Um, I ended up coming back home, and believe it or not, literally the moment that my feet touched the ground in Shreveport, Louisiana, everything went to crap. Like, the landlord, and this was at nighttime, mind you, the landlord kicked my mom out of her house and kicked my sister out of her house because they both had the same landlord. So everybody ended up being homeless. Everything went to crap. I didn't even have a job. I haven't had a job. I had one job, and I was working for these Arabs. The job's called Furniture Express. I was, just delivering furniture and putting stuff together and everything like that. But yeah, during that time period, I mean, I was in a little bit of a happier state. Like, hey, I'm starting to get my stuff together and everything. Yeah, and yeah, I was wrong because ended up losing that job, but I lost that job for it. In my opinion, I look at it like I did the right thing. People are gonna look at it and say what they want to say, but for me, I look at it like I made the right choice because they wanted me to drive a truck that was not registered, did not have plates, and no insurance, and it's an all-white truck, but carrying $70,000 worth of merchandise. Yes, $70,000 worth of merchandise. They wanted me to drive that from Shreveport, Louisiana, excuse me, to Houston, Texas. And I told them no. I said, no, I'm not doing it. And they said, okay, well, then we don't need you. I said, but this is how I'm trying to save my money up to be able to get me a car and get me apartment. And so I'm sitting up here like, hey, look, ain't there something else we can do? I mean, I can work in the warehouse. I still can do deliveries. I can do whatever y'all need me to. I just don't feel that that's the right thing for me to do. Yeah, it didn't matter to them. They didn't care. They still fired me, and that's how it was. So after that situation, I ended up being in a worse situation because I was homeless, and not only homeless, I was jobless, so I couldn't pay my bills. The girl who I was talking to at that time period had 4 kids. Yet that went to crap. So I lost everything. I mean, I really had lost everything, like everything. I was so disappointed with myself. I didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror. And that almost brings us up to current events because um, I literally had gotten to the point. Oh, let me make it clear, make it very clear. This was not somebody who I was dating. It was just a friend who I was talking to. Like there was nothing in any type of way on that level at all. Not nothing. No friends with benefits. No none of that. This was somebody who we were just really cool people. But it got horrible. I mean, I was sleeping at abandoned houses just a few months ago. I was having to steal to have food to eat. I was having to take stuff to the pawn shop just so that way I could pay for this electric bill for a abandoned house just to have some electricity so that way I could be able to at least take a hot shower because I had gotten the electricity put in my name because I found out a little hint. The house don't gotta be in your name. They don't gotta know that you don't live there. All you gotta do is if nobody lives there, oh, okay, let me go get the electric turned on. That's what I did. Kept the grass cut and had the electric on. And because I have Xfinity Wi-Fi, I didn't have to worry about that either. So, that being said, I was not doing the best. I'm still not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still not doing the best, but I, I am pushing forward because you can't just lay down. You can't just give up. So currently, I'm still homeless. Very homeless, actually. And if you don't believe me, all everything I own is sitting right there in that corner, in that box. Everything I own is sitting in the box in the corner. This is not my house. I don't have money to buy clothes. You see how my hair looks. I don't have money to go get a haircut. I don't have money to do anything. But I do have my phone. I do have an ID. And as of Saturday, I am now employed. So I'm going to start going live more often. I'm going to show more so how my life is going. I might not go live every day and show it day to day, but I'm going to definitely start going live more often. So whoever is with me on this journey, well, this is the beginning of it. And one thing I've learned, I asked somebody this too, but one thing I've learned is my version of how I view respect. I view respect as the people that were starving with me, not the people that were with me when I was up or coming up or I had money and they were around. No, I view respect as the people that were with me when I was down. The people who, and I don't mean that as in, oh, they just gave me money all the time. No, I mean the people that were with me whenever I was literally starving, when I had nothing, but they didn't give up on me and they still had my back. Those are the people who I look at and respect. I respect everybody who has respect for themselves. I, I will never look at somebody who doesn't take care of their kids but want to make sure that they look good. I will never look at you and have respect for you. I won't. I'm a person that, if you're a parent, I respect the parents that put their kids first. I respect the people that, if you don't have kids and you're sitting up here like, if you want to live life, you want to do something, hey, look, you only live once. You can't take this money with you to the grave. So if you want to sit up here and get yourself a PS5, go get that PS5, man. You want to sit up there and get yourself a Mustang, go get that Mustang, bro. Live, because you only get one chance at it. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing stand in your way. Truthful honesty, I'm not the best role model. I ain't going to even fathom to be the best role model. I'm just me. I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody be happy. I want to see people smile, because as long as there's happiness, I mean, as long as there's love, there's always going to be hate. As long as there's light, there's always going to be darkness. One doesn't coexist without the other. But you got to realize all the real lies around you. And I'm done sitting over here letting the grass grow tall so I can have buku snakes. I'm done being around that. Like I said, all of that gangster mentality and all that, like, it's always gonna be with me no matter what. And I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm a gangster or I'm a real this or um, most of the time, just know the loudest person in the room is typically the what's the word I'm looking for here? Not they're not the toughest person in the room. The loudest person in the room ain't typically the toughest. They're typically the female dog. I'm trying to be very appropriate because of the audience. I don't want I want to be able to monetize. I want to be able to, like I said, grow and build my channel. So every like, every subscribe, every share, every follow, everything that I can do to be able to build it, I'm going to. And I want to push a narrative that is spreading peace and happiness and fun. I'm tired of the negativity. I'm tired of the misery. I'm tired of the BS. And I know a lot of people are too. So, with that being said, I could give so many more details about my life. I got so many stories. I mean, I just gave y'all the quick version of it. If I told y'all detail for detail everything in my life, it would take all night. Seriously, my life is like a movie. I could tell y'all so many events. I'm telling you, my life is like a movie. But I'm gonna get ready to end the chat here, or end the chat. I apologize. End the live stream here. Make sure you go check out some of my videos. Check out the snippet for the song that I was putting out. When I say I write music, I mean like this. Like, I know you can't see the music because whoop de whoop. Let me see if I can turn the camera around a little bit. But this is what I mean when I say I just be like, I literally just be writing. Um, the last one that I was working on is this. I don't know if y'all are able to see it or not, but pretty much it's like I ain't gonna tell y'all the whole thing, but I say I close my eyes, 'cause reality too heavy to carry. Dream about a quiet life while my parents is married. Making up a house, waking up, the house is warm. Mama cooking the bacon. Pops tying up his tie. Ain't no poverty aching. I ain't gonna go into it too much, but when I say I just be, yeah, it's what I do. I literally just be writing music. That's my thing. That's that's what I like to do. I love writing music. I love skateboarding, video games. I smoke. I'm 420 all day. That's me. Um, I don't judge people. I feel like everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to live. You can read it a little bit. uh, look, one of these days I'm gonna get on my live stream and just be doing a little bit of music and stuff. That way, because like I said, I wanna build, I wanna grow. I do like I wanna be a person that I leave behind a legacy. I don't really care if I'm famous or not. I'm grateful for the the influence and any type of positivity I can spread. My favorite rap artist is XXX Um, Again, I hate that he died on my birthday. Uh, my favorite colors is turquoise blue, red, and black. Um, I love all different types of music, rap, rock, a little bit of country. Um, and I just want everybody to live life to the fullest. Y'all have a good night though. Be blessed and stay tuned. I might go live tomorrow. If I do, I'm gonna be looking. All right. I remember everybody who's here right now. Yes, Sam. That means you. Hmm. And Marigo. Wait, nah, that's not Marigo. Mar- My mom told me not to talk with strangers because I am too friendly because I trust everybody. Hey, no, your mama's right. Listen to her. Your mama is very right. Listen, I'm telling you. I'm not telling you this for you to be wrong. I'm telling you this because she's right. Listen to your parents. They're not going to lead you wrong. Well, except some parents. I met somebody who I don't judge them. They just, in my opinion, they ain't leading their kids down the best path. But it's not for me to tell them. But, anyways, though, that's a different story. I'm going to have plenty of stories. Me too. I try to be nice to all people and not be a stranger. Yep, don't be a stranger. Like I said, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna do my absolute best to go live. Okay, I'm gonna do my absolute best, but y'all gotta stay tuned. Make sure y'all videos like check out my Naruto videos. I'm a very big Naruto fan. I love anime. I very much love anime. It's like if I could pick between movies and anime, I'm going anime all day. I'm an anime fan. Um, but go ahead, check out my page. I play a lot of Fortnite, Call of Duty, Need for Speed. I haven't really gotten to get into gaming like I want. I haven't got a game system yet. Um, whenever when I get myself set up and I get right, y'all, everyone's gonna see it. Cause like I said, I'm gonna go live all the time. I might as well be live for this next 1 minute just so I can say I was live for 1 hour. But um, in truthful honesty, I think that if more people can come together, we can be unstoppable. We'll be a stronger force together than we will apart. And if people come together and decide that, you know what, let's push peace, let's push happiness. Instead of judging people, let's get to know them. Let's not just look at the cover of this book and say, I don't want to read it. Let's actually, you know what, let me give this book a chance. You never know. Stepping on the basketball court. you're only going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You're not going to miss every single shot. I promise. But anyways, y'all have a good night. Be blessed. Stay safe. Stay dangerous. And remember, have fun. This is Yon Sean. I'm signing